Well, remember how I said in my other vlogs, stuff keeps changing? This isn't a major change, but relatively speaking, as far as dog itself, this is a major change. I am back to looking at labs, specifically English labs, because their temperament is slightly different than the lab you tend to think of when you think of labs, that is bouncing off the walls. That's an American lab. And I already determined, even looking at Goldens, there was no way I wanted a hunting dog because they literally need to be walked and run every day, way more than I can provide. I mean, our dogs, like Trip and Diesel both needed to be run every day for a couple of hours. I can't do that. I can max maybe give the dog a 40-minute walk, which is a lot on my part, and kind of the max of where I can give. So I emailed a breeder that is not too far from here. They're not out of state, which is a good thing. And they actually have a breeding schedule, knock on wood, all their pregnancies with their dogs that they're planning will take. They have a breeding schedule that will actually work. Their first litter that's going through is, the first litter that's going through is probably going to be ready by February, which could potentially work. If not, I will bump myself to say, put me on a list for maybe later in the spring, because I have to wait till Sage is old enough. So, we'll see. We'll see where that goes. I still have to wait to hear back from this email. Mom just texted me right now, so I have to see what she said. Aaron is all gung-ho for it. I told him I'd keep him posted. But I haven't put down a deposit on anything yet, as I have said in my other vlogs. I'm still talking to breeders, trying to figure out what's gonna work. I haven't told the Golden breeders I'm not gonna work with them anymore. So I haven't figured that out. I should have more information that will hopefully go into this vlog, depending on what this breeder says and what their timetable is for puppies and what their price range is. If they go over 3 for a puppy, I probably can't swing that. But it seems like they're not super hung up. I just got to make sure these dogs have good hips and they're sound, because if they're not, it's not really worth it. So we'll see. And I will give you more information once I have it. Okay, I actually have an update and apparently good lighting right now. I heard back from the breeder. It probably would have been sooner, except his email went to my spam, so it took me a day to find it. So he seems very knowledgeable. Apparently they got all the bells and whistles. They have boarding, they have a daycare, they breed dogs, and zing, 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 they do everything. And their dogs seem very well-rounded. All of the breeding males that this place has, excellent on the hips. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Which is good, which means we won't have a dog that's going to have hip dysplasia by the time it's 1.5 years. And If you have retrievers, you have to run for hip dysplasia, and they have a good, this place seems like they have a good track record. Their dogs seem very well balanced. So I'm really happy with that. The breeder just told me, decide what you're doing, then fill out the questionnaire. So, but I'm like, I'll go back and forth with with a few more people, talk to mom and figure out what I'm going to do. I mean, worst case scenario, mom has to take the puppy. She's not going to be gung-ho about it. But if I have the breeder take it, it's going to cost me another $1,500 to keep the puppy there with them for the amount of time before Aaron can take it. So in hindsight, it will be easier to have either somebody else take it or do something. That's something I got to figure out with mom. So we'll see. I have a plan. I just have to figure out what I'm doing. He shot me over to another kennel that also does similar work with shooting dogs over for service work and whatever. And they were asking, starting price is $2,500. If they do any training, it goes up, which is like 3 times what I would want to pay anyway. And I'm like, I can't swing it running it through that kennel anyway, because I can't, it would double or triple what I'm paying anyway. And that would take me another 6 months to get money together for that. I cannot use this, and they're out of state. I think this part of Iowa is on the other side of Iowa from where Sage's breeder is from. So I'm not super gung-ho. That wouldn't be my first option. Just because it's out of state, this breeder checks my boxes. Mom will be happy. I don't think, I mean, she does have a point about the amount of grooming, and then realizing after the fact I maybe couldn't handle grooming a golden because you can brush them out, but you have to take care of their feet. You have to take care of where their feathers come down around their privates, and you have to do that for males and females, regardless of whether they're fixed or not, because they can pee on their feathers and make a big mess. Labs, you obviously don't have to do that. So I'm like, and he suggested a black lab because they shed less, which I'm all gung-ho for. So, this breeder checks my boxes for sure. Their hips are solid, so I'm not even bothered. This breeder seemed very confident that there would be a dog that would have a good fit. I'm kind of on some of these on the golden breeders because they primarily are show dogs. So, it's a hit or miss, with that. But we'll see. I have to update, the GoFundMe, which I will do definitely before the, next Facebook event runs. I'm going to run that. I put my Instagram link into my banner links. If you want to check out my Instagram for any updates on there. So that's in the banner, along with the GoFundMe, the updated link for the GoFundMe, because I have a new link when I reactivated it. Because I did take it down for a while because I thought I was done. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to talk to mom, give her the rundown on what I learned. And if she says pull the trigger, get things square with this breeder, I'm gonna tell the other breeders, thanks, I got this, I'm going in a different direction, and I'll go with this breeder. But I gotta check a few more things, and do that. But I was very impressed with this breeder, that they do training, they do boarding, they're essentially an entire facility. I would ask them to take the puppy before I send her over to Erin, but I would have to pay like another $1,500 just for them to take her for the amount of time they would need to take her. So realistically, it's going to be easier if either somebody else takes her or if mom keeps her for a couple of months. We'll see. I mean, I can take her after she's housebroken. That's not a problem. I just need someone to take her in that time when she's real little before she's housebroken. So it's like, that's still my main issue. But I'll work on that. I'll talk to mom when I see her tonight. I wasn't going to call her today because I'm going to see her tonight anyway. So I'm good to go on that. And hopefully I can have like I can get going on something. I'm hoping I can put down like a deposit January at the latest, knock on wood, because this breeder will actually have puppies by January. I have no timetable from the golden breeders at all. And I said I was looking for a puppy. About between February and May. Ideally it'll be before that because I need time to have those 2 months, get the puppy settled, and then send her over to Erin and stuff, so, and start from there. But I'm really happy with this breeder. Their dogs retrieve, so yay, that's a plus, and they retrieve for sure. They are versatile, and this isn't a case of maybe they'll retrieve. They retrieve. And they're real sturdy, and he was suggesting a male dog for brace work, but I'm not doing brace work, so with this dog, so it's but he seems like really solid as far as giving me general information and what my goals were. So I'm like trying to scrape together the money for the puppy and trying to figure out if I can send this puppy to have the breeder keep the puppy, but that would cost me another $1,500. So it's gonna depend on what mom says and what she thinks. Should I go with this and have somebody else take the puppy for a few months and then send her to Erin? I don't think I could swing $1,500 for having them take her for 2 months until Erin could take her. I don't know if I could do that. I mean, I could if I got extra money, but at this point, that's going to be another $1,500 on top of what I already have to give Erin for boarding her and training her and all that jazz. Yeah. And this clip is getting really long for where I kind of wanted it. And I'll give you an update after I talk to mom tonight. Remember how I said things are moving very quickly? Well, this is one of those videos. I went from going to talk to Mom about the breeder I was talking to in Morton, and we ended up looking at the dogs on Ridgeview, which I had kind of already shelved because I'm like, these dogs are too expensive, even if they are trained. And she's like, oh, this dog's perfect, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, and then I end up, she shows me this 6-month-old male yellow lab. And so I put in an inquiry on him, and they actually got back to me really fast, which is kind of nice. And the upshoot of this is they don't guarantee that the dogs are working, which is, I mean, that's understandable. And so I filled this out and they got back to me within like an hour, which is fine. But she kind of gave me a very vague answer. And then I turned around and called Aaron, and he wasn't really sold on what I was telling him, which I get. He wants more information. And the problem with Ridgeview is they only hold the dog for 10 days without charging you for boarding, blah, 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 until you pick them up. And I kind of have it in my mind to try and put a deposit down later. But so I don't know how easy I can do this. So at this point, that's still up in the air. I'm kind of keeping the other breeder in my back pocket because that's still an option. And if I only have to pay $1,800 for a puppy, I can have him board the dog for a couple of months until Aaron can take it. And, which is still a good option. And, I'm just really I now am like, have little question marks above my head because now I still have more questions than answers. And I'm not super happy with the answer they gave me over the phone just now because it was kind of vague. They said, our dogs are crate trained, not housebroken. And I'm like, okay. So where does that leave me? Am I gonna have to watch this dog like a hawk? Can I keep it here and be able to get it out at a decent time? General rule of thumb, a 6-month-old dog is usually good for about 12 hours, give or take. And so I don't know. I'm like, they weren't able to kind of give me any straight information. And after I finish shooting this video, I will call Mom and give her the rundown. So I still have to get a hold of Kurt Smith because I need to shoot him over to Aaron with the specifics. So about what they want. And they're not on the same page. So I have all these people I'm talking to, but none of them are on the same page. And if I take Zoom, I have absolutely no idea what my timetable is. I need to know if if I can take him when I was planning on it, which would be sometime in January without paying extra for boarding. Which I obviously having to pay a little bit more for him, that wouldn't be worth it. So I don't know. I still have a lot of questions and I'm like, it's one of those things. I would have shot all this stuff last night, except I got in super, super late. And because I was at a movie with my dad, which ran a little longer than I was expecting. So yeah, so that's why I didn't get any of this stuff shot last night. And I'm kind of you know, it's like they seemed, I like the way they run things, but it's like, but I really do need more information. One would work over the other, but they're both good options. It's just if I have Zoom, I can take him in the next month or so, versus if I have a puppy. But even then, I have a plan if I get a puppy. A puppy, I can, I have a plan that if I have the 1800, I have the money. I actually have the money to board her. Because if I get a breeder from this, if I get a puppy from Cricket Hollow, it's going to be a female. That's the plan right now, but I still have to talk to people. I have to talk to Mom. I have to talk to Ridgeview again to see if we could make things work. I'm gonna need to talk to Aaron. I need to get him on the same page, even if he goes yay, nay on this, because if he goes nay on this and he's not sold on it, I'm not taking this dog and putting that much effort into it to do that, because it's just not gonna work. And that's too much money to spend on a maybe. And he seemed, anyway, long story short, Aaron isn't sold on this, and if he's not on board 100%, I'm not gonna do a gamble, a $3,500 gamble. That's a bit much for me to swing for XYZ, because it's like, I can't, for obvious reasons. So I'm like, right now I have more questions than answers, and I am just like super confused right now, and I'm trying to like get everybody on the same page, which I don't have that right now because I'm still kind of up in the air with Ridgeview. I don't have all the information I need to make a sound decision on putting a deposit down for him, and I don't even know if I can, because short of them boarding him for another week, which if their boarding is like through the roof, like 500, 1,000 per whatever, I can't do that, even if they only keep him for an extra week. I mean, I would take him before that, but we're going out of town at the end of the month. So I can't pick the dog up any sooner than January. And, but I will get back to Ridgeview. I need more information is what it boils down to. I gotta talk to everybody again and figure out, okay, is this a good idea? Is this a bad idea? Should I do Cricket Hollow versus Ridgeview? That's kind of where I'm at right now. So it's like they each have their pros and cons. So there's that. And I'm gonna leave this video here right now. This is gonna be a separate video from the video that's going up next week, which is the rundown with my switch from Goldens to Labs. So that's going up next week, and then this will probably go up. And again, I'm busy next week, so we'll see where that goes. So there's that. And that's good enough. I'll keep you guys posted when I actually figure everything out. So it'll either be Zoom, who I could potentially have in a month, or it will be a puppy, which is probably going to be born sometime in January, in which case I am going back to my timeline of the dog's still going to Erin in the spring, but I'm gonna probably have the breeder keep the puppy until she would be like, probably until Erin could take her, which would be, I would have to board her for 2 months, which would be my extra $1,000. So I'll do that. And I'm gonna leave this video right here, and I'll catch you guys up when I have more information and know what I'm doing. Well, I wasn't planning on shooting this video for at least another month. But as with this entire journey, things have been changing at lightning speed, and I know God's in this because it's literally changed, went from 0 to 60 in like 3 days. I went from saying maybe I'll take this dog to I'm taking him, because I was literally coming back from my parents' house this afternoon when the email I sent to the trainer before church this morning came back, and he's like, I had sent him a response back initially, and I said, I told him, I gave him the rundown, and I said, here's the video. This is what the person from the breeder place in Iowa said. And it was just literally real lightning fast emails. And I was literally going in the house, and he emailed me back, definitely, I think it will work, is what he said. And so I promptly called Mom, and I'm like, he's on board, we're good. Which means I can now tell Ridgeview, sure, I'll pick him up. I can pick him up. I'll put down the deposit to hold him, and I can pick him up very soon. Because what Mom is thinking is we are essentially going to take 3 weeks or 3 months to train Sage and Zoom together in a round of private lessons to get their basic obedience solid. Zoom is kind of okay in the obedience department, but he's kind of halfway. His downstay needs work, which is going to need critical if he's going to be running around with me. He's going to be running around with me anyway, just to get him socialized, because I'm going to run him into the office pretty much at least once a week. Definitely by the summer of next year, I will be running him into the office. When he is not with Erin, he will be with me, and I will be running him from the office over to CrossFit, the places I normally go during the day, during the week. But I think training him with Sage is brilliant because they will essentially learn from each other. And Sage needs work because she's turning into a little stinker, and she's getting to that point where in another month she's going to be bordering on unmanageable. So that's kind of what we're doing. And then I'm in scramble mode because I'm trying to get supplies ordered, and I'm trying to get supplies ordered. Mom ordered the crate. I grabbed a couple of toys from the house, which I said I need something for him to chew on when I crate him, because every day he's going to be in his crate for at least 20-30 minutes at a shot. And so I'm like, I need this, this, and this, and I still have to ask Mom if I have to order a collar. If I do that, I will probably do it tomorrow, because I have to call Ridgeview and actually put the deposit down to hold him so I can go pick him up. And so that's kind of where I'm doing, and I'm going to film everything. This is kind of the intro for that. I will film the trip there and the trip back. He's going to Kansas City with us, which Mom wanted to do just for his socialization aspect, so he gets used to riding in the car. Eventually, he's going to be either loose in the car next to me, or he's going to be on a dog bed. One of the two, because he's going to have to load up. I'm going to practice loading up in those 3 months before he goes to Aaron. I'll have Aaron work on the load up. I mean, I want this boom, 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 super, super smooth. So by the time he's working pretty much full time, I can do this stuff very quickly. Mom has training vests. She has pretty much everything. And I think I mentioned this in a clip that's going into the vlog that's going up for this week, which is the 6th through the 11th. This vlog and the rest of the travel vlogs probably won't be going up for another couple of weeks. And then I'll be shooting little training clips. I don't know how much I'll be able to film for one thing or another, because it's just going to take too much time. As most YouTubers know, you have to set up your camera every time you shoot something. In my case, that's my phone. So I'm going to have to hold my phone. I'll have to do something. And I might just do something and then have Mom hold the camera for me. And probably when the trainer, when we do those 3 months, when we're like the 6-week private lessons that Mom and I are planning on, we will, I'm probably not going to film any of that, because it's just going to be too hard to like film it, to watch it back, because Mom's going to be busy, I'm going to be busy, and there's going to be nobody to hold the camera. Because we're going to be working on all this stuff, so he'll at least be somewhat solid by the time Aaron gets a hold of him when he's 9 months. And then I have to think about, okay, when is he going to the vet? When is he going to be fixed? Because I don't know if he's fixed already. That's something I have to ask. Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at. I will continue to update you guys. This thing is going to be a whole separate vlog. That's the trip, everything I'm doing this week. I was originally going to do what happened on Friday in a separate vlog, but it didn't really make sense by itself. So that's going into the vlog that's going up this week. And then there's going to be this vlog, and then I'll work in the footage of the trip up to the place in Iowa, which is literally 3 hours from here. Not very far at all. But it's still going to take us a day. I mean, I trust Mom can get the crate put together and have everything ready to go. And I probably, if I order another collar, I'm probably not going to do it till I talk to Ridgeview, because if they have a collar for him anyway, I'm going to, I'll just use that, but I cannot use a buckle collar with him because I cannot get it on and off him. And the way I have to leash up a dog, I need to be able to take the collar on and off. So that's something I'm going to talk to the person at Ridgeview about. I'm going to ask them what gear they're using as far as collar, leash, and a few other things. And that's kind of where I'm going to leave this right now. I'm probably going to load up between tomorrow, Monday, and Tuesday. I'm going to kind of pull all my clips and start putting videos together. I'm probably not going to be able to do much. I'm probably going to start bulk shooting again because I'm just going to be doing so much. The game plan right now is to like work with the dogs every stinking day. We can't work with them over at the house because Trip will just get in the way. So Mom's going to bring Sage over here. So we're going to work with them. And I assume they'll both be on lead. So I'm not really concerned about that. So, and this clip is getting quite lengthy and this video is going to be long anyway. So I'll see you guys in the next clip.